It's Chiefs week. It is the Bills and
It's
Chiefs.
no different than any other week, Dan. It's just another game against the team that's knocked you out of the playoffs 4 times, and you play every year twice.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Buffalo Plus YouTube channel. Mike Catalana alongside Dan Fates here in Orchard Park on Wednesday, wrapping up a Bills media practice day. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Really appreciate it as always. 41,000 and growing. Also, before we get into the recap, we're going to talk about players, a new player, a familiar player being back, facing off against the Chiefs. We will talk about all of that. Also, we will talk about that on Thursday night. Come see us. The Buffalo Plus Tour rolls into the Distillery on Mount Hope Ave in Rochester. 5 to 7 meet and greet Mike, live podcast to follow. We've done a bunch of these. It's awesome. Bud Light sponsors it. Great time as always.
Distillery is a cool place. It's an iconic sports bar in Rochester, so it'll be fun to be there. We're looking forward to seeing everybody. Jenna with a Veteran Day off today.
She's
she
resting
will
up
be resting
for
up.
the tour.
She'll be nonstop talking
Yes.
on Thursday night.
All right, so we're here at practice. It's Chiefs week. It is the Bills and
It's
Chiefs.
no different than any other week, Dan. It's just another game against the team that's knocked you out of the playoffs 4 times, and you play every year twice.
Yeah.
Which is more accurate, what I said or
What I
Yeah.
yeah.
I think what you said is more
Yeah.
accurate. They know it's a big
Mahomes,
deal.
Allen, Reed, McDermott, all of that. What stands out to you, I think, most, whether it's the players downplaying it today or just the intriguing matchup that will be on the field?
What stands out most to me is they come into this game in November, and they're both in second place.
In their divisions.
That is wild, right?
Yeah.
Because what has made these teams, well, certainly the Chiefs at the highest level and the Bills at another level, is the ability to win your division,
Yeah.
take care of it, be the 1 or in Nick Bill's case, not the 1, but the 2 seed or the 3 seed, have that home field in the playoffs. And they're both being challenged this year.
Yeah.
The division in the West is tough. The division for the Bills with the Patriots alone is much tougher. So this game takes on, I think, more importance for the regular season. These teams need wins and quality wins.
Yeah.
Like, it's easy to say, oh, you'll be fine. In the past, whoever lost this game still won the division. I don't think that's guaranteed now.
Yeah. They both both players we talked to, at least at the podium, and Josh Allen and Jordan Poyer kind of downplayed it feeling any different. You know, Josh said the cliche of it's just another game because it's the next game, and that's why it's the most important. We're trying to go 1-0. What they did all agree on is that it feels like a divisional game. Look, Josh has played the Chiefs 9 times. He has played the Jets 11 times.
Yeah, and it's just Josh didn't really play the Chiefs until 2020. So from that point on, he's played them almost as many times as he's played a team like the Jets, who he hasn't met in the playoffs. So it is that way. The difference with this is it's not scheduled to be twice a year.
Correct.
It just happens to work out that the second meeting is the biggest meeting of the season. So that game is out there. But come on, this is big. This is big for the short term, the long term, the division race, playoff seeding, everything. It's a big game.
And Josh was kind of asked about the familiarity, because that's what we talk a lot about, you know, when you face the Chiefs, they feel like the division game. Josh was asked about how you prepare and what it's like facing off against a team that's not in your division that you end up seeing, like Mike said, pretty much every single year.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've played them, damn near every year since I've gotten here. So yeah, I mean, I guess you can look at it from a perspective of we kind of understand what they try to do to us, you know. But there's jabs, there's counters, you know. There's different things that you can do throughout seeing each other throughout the years of making things look the same but being completely different. So again, just kind of with division games, you kind of go into it like, hey, let's listen to our base rules. Let's not try to chase anything. And then just, you know, play it with your eyes and be reactive as possible.
I liked that input of it's jabs and counters, and it's making the same thing that they've seen look different. I would love to see something look different in the passing game this week than what it's looked like earlier this year.
You mean something good?
Something positive.
Yeah. They need that out of the passing game. It has not been good enough. Sean McDermott said it. Joe Brady pushed back, but we know the reality of it is he said they're on the same page. The page is Sean's right in this case. I mean, he is. The passing game needs to be better. Now, it's nice to start with Josh Allen in the passing game.
That
I
helps.
think Josh will bounce back. He needs some help from the pass catchers.
Yeah.
And no Josh Palmer at practice.
Yep.
That hurts them just because.
No Daquan Jones.
Yeah, in terms of the passing game, though, it hurts them because they need all the help they can get in the pass catching ability.
I know we'll talk about this more on Thursday's podcast. If you can't make it to the distillery, be sure to like, comment, subscribe to the YouTube channel. It'll all be there as well. What I think is going to be the most interesting thing about this game on Sunday afternoon is that you will see two offenses that will look completely different. Like in the comparison, here's the NBA comparison. You're going to watch a 1970s offense and you're going to watch Steph Curry. Like the Chiefs are going to want to air it out as much as possible. Rashid Rice, Xavier Worthy, Kelsey, that's what they're going to want to do. And the Bills, for as much as I think there is this want to figure out a passing game, and they need to figure out a passing game to be a two-dimensional offense, I don't know if that's the right play this week. That I still think that James Cook, being the AFC Offensive Player of the Week, should still get a lion's share of this. Because where they are, and Josh was asked about how confident he is in the fact of getting this passing game figured out. Obviously, Josh said, I'm confident in the guys that we have. I'm confident in Joe Brady. I'm confident in myself. Obviously, he is going to say that. But the numbers and the stats and the film doesn't lie that he feels more comfortable throwing to his tight ends right now than he does his wide receivers. And this game could end up being a track meet if you want to try and keep up with the way that Mahomes and the Chiefs offense is playing. So you're going to need to find a way to score. And right now, the best way the Bills can score is on the ground.
I agree with you because James Cook has been, actually, the past few weeks, has been their best player.
Best player.
And the run game will help. And Kansas City's defense is good. They have impactful players. They get a lot of their pressure bringing extra players. Like they're not a four-man rush the quarterback type team. I do think you can, if you want to try to run the ball on them. They're a tough team. Their linebackers come downhill. They're a physical secondary, but I think you can run the ball. The Chiefs use their pass game as their passing game and as their running game. I mean, it all flows together. It is not always bomb the ball 50 yards down the field. It is him running to the line of scrimmage and having multiple players to get the ball to.
I think this plays into part of the rivalry that these two teams have. But Mike, you were talking to players today. We asked Josh and some of the things. We asked Josh about, obviously he says he always has fun still doing this. I kind of asked him, like, is it fun to get to go up against Mahomes? Like, to relish this opportunity? And he goes, we take everybody seriously. And Jordan Poyer said the same thing. There's not a lot of complimenting the other team. Like, when the Bills play the Ravens, it's Derrick Henry's a freak. All-time great. Lamar is so difficult. I've asked players, we asked the rookies what it's like to be against them. There's a lot of...
They're good players. Good player. He's a good player. They stop. I kind of like that mindset. You know what I mean? Like, it's funny. There are players in this league. Well, Mahomes is one of them. Kelsey has been one of them through the years. That, you talk about Jamar Chase. He's one of the best, if not the best, right? They don't, when I say they don't give that, I do believe they have respect for the Chiefs players. They just don't like to publicly say it. They don't say anything bad. It's just quick. It's like, yep, good players. Yep, we play a lot of guys that scramble as quarterbacks. They're not all Pat Mahomes, but I like it. I like the mindset. I like that there's a little of that animosity between the teams.
And I think part of it, and part of the reason why the defense, I feel like, has struggled at times, and we've talked about it at length, that the Bills have tried to build themselves to be a team to beat the Chiefs, which leads you to be susceptible against physical Ravens teams, things like that. Obviously, you draft Max Harrison. Yes, you needed a corner, but you went with the fastest one because you know the speed that the Chiefs have, and they've knocked you out of the season 4 out of the last 5 years. Like, all of that plays into this. I think this is going to be obviously the toughest test that this Bills offense or defense has faced. I have my concerns about slowing this down despite what they did against Andy Dalton.
I think my concern is mostly because the Bills are in a transition almost of their defense. They've had a game against a not good Carolina.
Nice
yes.
I don't got to bleep that out.
I know. They've against that. And now you're going against Mahomes. Now, look, they didn't look great in the first half in their game against Washington. But the second half, they were efficient down
Drives
the field.
of 80, 78, and 94.
Yeah, they moved down the field. They looked really good. So, and he does have, he does have a lot of weapons. Josh should be jealous of what Mahomes has to throw the ball to. Heck, Josh threw the ball to me today.
He did.
He threw a pass, and Dan was standing there shooting.
He hit the net a lot of times. I tweeted out all the times he hit the net. He did miss the net once.
And it bounced and it hit up. It kind of caught me like here. And then, of course, it just bounced off of me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Josh, that's all you got?
That's it.
That's kind of what I told him. But I'm thinking, man, he really is looking for pass catchers if he's throwing it to me.
So that leads us to somebody that was back to practice today.
It's Gabe Davis.
He was back to practice.
Okay. So
I got to take.
Let it roll.
I think Gabe might be playing on Sunday.
You think this Sunday?
I think he's playing.
I'm going to say no because I don't think this is his first practice out there. And I don't want to comment on how he is physically. We see such a limited amount of stuff.
Yep.
I think at some point he's going to play. Oh, God. Maybe you're right. I don't know.
We're out here practice.
Hey, you think about it.
He took all of the throws from Josh Allen.
Yeah, okay. You think about it, and then we're like, well, Jordan Poyer's playing. Jordan Phillips is playing.
Feels like 2020.
It is.
Getting the band back together. Hey,
you know
what? It was
what?
a very good tweet I tweeted out about the Nets. I said it was your weekly dose of Josh Allen throwing footballs into the Nets. And there were a couple of comments. I don't know the exact one. Somebody said, can we sign the Nets to the roster?
They get separation.
They catch the ball.
Yeah.
So look, they brought Gabe back for a reason. They moved pieces around so that they could have him on practice squad IR. Now he's fully on the practice squad. If he is elevated for the game, obviously you're sitting Elijah Moore or Curtis Samuel. I don't know exactly where that is. Josh Palmer, like we mentioned, did not practice.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how to feel.
Here's what I would tell you is once we get past the trade deadline, I understand why you would have a player like Gabe Davis on the practice squad. You're looking for players who could give you if you need it. Like at that point of the year, you can't make a trade.
Yeah.
There's not that many players out there. They brought Gabe in. He wasn't healthy. Now he is at least physically better to the point that he's out there on the actual practice squad. He was on what, the injured list for
practice squad IR.
Right. So now he's at that point. We'll see. I'm going to say no for this week, but I think he'll play at some point.
One last quick note. Jordan Poyer and Jordan Phillips were both signed to the active roster off the practice squad, so that partly opened up the spot for Gabe to be now taken off the practice squad IR to now just be on the practice squad. We talked to Jordan Poyer today. Really cool perspective. Just here's a guy. He was asked by He was asked by Joe Biscaglia of The Athletic, like this whirlwind that it's been, that when you left here in Buffalo, did you ever think you'd come back? And he gave a really long, thoughtful answer about how thankful he is. And he says, I'm going to keep shooting my arrows. I don't know how many I got left, but I'm going to keep shooting them. And how he's mentoring Jordan Hancock and all these kind of things. And obviously he goes from the way that things have shaken out since he was signed here on August 28th, like now he's waking up as a starter.
Yeah.
And that kind of thing. He talked about how the rotation went with Jordan Hancock and him. He said it worked great. He was able to limit his snaps while getting Hancock more quality reps, all those kind of things. I had a little fun with him at the end. He talked about how it was so great this past week playing again. I said, did you get a call from Micah Hyde? And he said, yeah, we talked, had a great conversation. He goes, he'll be here in a couple of weeks. I'm excited to see him. And I responded, will he be here to play? And he laughed and said, you'll have to ask him. But that's just to see him come back, to play at a pretty solid level, albeit against Carolina, but he played better in the second half against Atlanta. He's providing more than I was expecting when they signed him.
Are we assuming that Micah couldn't come back and play?
No, it was a half sarcastic, half. So Micah,
if you're watching,
big fan of Buffalo Plus. Hey, Micah, call.
Yeah, but it's welcome home time in Buffalo.
So that's the update from practice. Again, Thursday we'll go into it more.
Distillery, 5 till 8 o'clock as you stay for the podcast.
Sponsored by Bud Light.
Yeah,
all great stuff there. Yeah, Jenna getting the veteran rest day. We'll have more. We got to go finish newscast stuff.
That's it.
Okay. For Mike Catalana, I'm Dan Fates. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the Buffalo Plus YouTube channel. We'll catch you next time. We'll catch you tomorrow for the podcast.